Previously on Plotting Parsons.
Yes, and my name is Trulo. There's a scar above his right eye, and his right eye is kind of gray and misty, and his left eye is brown. If you come to the town of Moran, I will leave a note with a wizard there. He lives in a house that on the side, near a tree with red leaves, you'll see a little eye emblem etched into the wall of the outside of his house. Yeah, you guys all hop in this rowboat, and I guess you guys start rowing. As you row a little bit further, there's what looks like to be a beach town. Well, howdy, my name's Giggles.
You're welcome to stay the night. There's a hut. That's where my daughter used to live. Tonight, we're throwing a bonfire party on the beach if you guys want to join.
There's a third figure facing the wall. She's holding a staff. She turns around, and you see her face, and you recognize her as Sasha. The staff lights up pretty bright, and when you can see again, she's gone. You can see that where she was standing, there is an inscription. It's in Draconic.
It says, silly waggle poo. Yuck!
I can't wait until we find something written in Gnomish.
It's a name. It says Silas.
Righteous Dan goes behind a stalactite. When he comes back out, he is a big black dragonborn. If we can get a boat, then we should go by sea. But if we can get a car, we should go by land.
If you want to ask me questions about how or where you're going to go next, now's the time.
I want
I've never disliked you guys more.
Okay, so let's get started, guys.
Alright, it's only been half an hour so far.
Let's start.
We had a short session last time, but does anyone want to recap?
Well, a lot happened.
Yep.
In that short time.
We
I
lost.
built a cabin inside a cabin, and it really messed it up.
Dan got his backpack. That was big. Also,
We kept the brother.
we went to the professor, and he failed to make infinite energy. Big news.
Everyone was shocked.
But we did manage to pop
And
the failure.
that was in the episode named Flubber Flubber.
Oh, very good.
Aptly named.
Yeah.
I do think Dan has a potential career in baseball, considering the multiple catches he made last session.
Honestly.
He didn't get any catches.
What?
He just rammed into his stomach.
I feel like he put himself in the way, and then it rammed into his stomach.
I feel like you should see a doctor.
We have no time for that. We need to go to a beach party.
Yeah.
So you guys are in this hut, just like chilling out for a little bit. I believe Dan was taking a cat nap outside on the porch. And yeah,
I'm looking at a map.
I think Cookie tried to set the hut on fire a few times.
Put it out.
It's been a few hours. You've been just chilling in this hut, just gathering yourselves. If you haven't done your short rest stuff and you want to, go ahead. And yeah, it's now like late afternoon. Righteous Dan, you wake up. You're thinking about the dreams you had, but you're also just feeling the sun on your face and, just relaxing a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I had a dream about an elf who was surrounded by dragon statues in a strange city, and the elf was like, come!
He had a scar on his face, too.
He had a scar on his face.
I had a dream that I was on a big giant boat with a bunch of criminals. And I was at the wheel directing the ship.
Did you do a good job?
Did you like
Yes.
it?
But then you looked up, Cookie, and your arms were attached to marionette strings. And up atop was Franklin.
Yep, and I smiled at Franklin, and I winked.
Oh, no.
But it was Franklin that made me smile and wink.
Righteous Dan, when you wake up, you see there's a bunch of activity happening at Giggles' place. Looks like people are bringing in pieces of lumber. It looks like the roof's almost all the way patched up already.
Wow. I'll go over and see and just
I
kind
feel like there's a bit of magic here. This is a weird world.
Aren't you the
There's-
magic?
There's like magic. It's like a movie. That's weird. In Really, there isn't any magic at all. And now I'm gonna light up my finger.
Are you outside as well, Steve?
Yes.
Okay. Are you heading over with Righteous Dan?
Yes.
Okay.
Steve.
You see the fisherman, Blinky, walking in with a piece of lumber, and Giggles is directing him to his kitchen where his kitchen island was exploded. And he's like, "Oh, hey fellas, how you feeling? I saw you getting some nice shut-eye out there. It's a nice place to nap. I've done so myself."
Oh yeah, it was absolutely bodacious. I slept like a rock. I slept like I was on the seafloor. Just amazing. So what's going on here? You fixing up your house?
Oh yeah, everyone's kind of dropped what they were doing and helped me out.
I love to see that in a small community. You know, everybody cares.
Yeah, we have our backs, you know? He puts his hands on both of your shoulders, and he's like, "Thanks again for helping out the professor. He can be a little wacky sometimes, but, you know, he's also here for us, too." And he points inside, and he's hammering some pieces of wood together. And he's like, "Yeah, you know, like, a few weeks ago, Blinky's boat, it hit some rocks coming in and started to sink. And the professor, he dropped everything he was doing, came over, put some magic glue stuff on it and fixed it. He's a good guy. He's got a good heart."
That's awesome. Oh man, it really warms the cockles of your heart right there. Story like that. Is there anything we can do to help out around here?
I mean, if you guys want, he like points out to behind the hut a little bit into the woods. There's like a pile of lumber. Bring a few of those here.
Sure. Okay. And Dan starts going to lug lumber.
All right, so Dan's helping out a little bit. Steve, are you? What are you doing?
Sure.
Okay.
I go with them, but I can't really do that much because I'm so tiny and weak. So I just sort of like pick up some sticks.
Did we all go down with him when he went down?
What, do you just pick up some sticks and make a campfire?
There's just a sneaking part of me that's like, okay, so Tim had like heavy lore plot ready for this conversation, and immediately everybody ends the conversation and starts helping to build a house.
I mean, honestly, I'm sure the stuff that we just completely do like a look at, step around, keep moving that he's planned is out of control.
Yeah,
Is
did
your
we
guys-
ask,
Sorry.
did we ask the fisherman for his name? We
Blinky?
definitely shouldn't do that.
Blinky?
Oh, we know it. Never mind.
You know his name because when you first met him, he said his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blinky or Giggles?
Binky.
Blinky's the fisherman.
Gotcha. Is the boat that you guys came in on broken?
The rowboat, you still see it. It's beached.
So quick talk with the group at large. We got to find a way to move, right? We got to find a transport system. So
And last time we talked about, at least Dan and I discussed doing like either if we can get ourselves a boat, like see if we could do some sort of like tradesy situation, get ourselves a boat, go by water, but otherwise we go by land.
yeah.
Because we're not going to get very far in our rowboat.
Yeah, I hear that. So
I heard that rowboats are rowable.
What if I build a hut that could float? A tiny hut that
Do
could
you
float.
even have any spells left?
We definitely also talked about utilizing the flubber to be like a motor on our rowboat.
yep.
Yeah, I think that could work actually.
I
If only
don't
we
think
could
so.
design a motor based on a ball that could possibly go in any direction. It's like I was thinking about this, and I was like, anything that could contain the flubber would also probably be heavy enough to prevent the flubber from moving.
right, exactly.
It's a bit of a problem.
Well, while we're grabbing this lumber, I'm just gonna throw out there. You know, it seems like this town is very, very willing to help each other out. I'm sure we could find somebody to give us some guidance or be willing to help us get this show on the road.
Yeah, someone should definitely talk to the professor and see if he can, or someone who can get us a boat, maybe.
Well, I'm thinking maybe it's
No one will ever talk to the professor again.
Hey, what about that boat that the
I
fisherman
go over
just
and talk
said he had?
Huh? What did
The
you say?
fisherman's boat.
Huh?
What about
What
the
fisherman
fisherman's
boat?
boat?
Huh?
All right.
We're not supposed to steal stuff.
You
You do notice there are more than one boat in their little harbor.
Yeah.
What
also.
are we? What are we? Avatar people?
I imagine it's probably not great to take like the one fisherman's boat, you know?
Yeah, it'd probably be better to take someone else's boat.
I think when we go down to the
How about we take a really rich person's boat?
I don't know that anyone's rich in this place.
Hey, let's trade for our rowboat. Can we have your rich person boat?
The next time as you're chatting about this and bringing another batch of lumber down, Giggles intercepts you and he's like, actually, turns out we got plenty in the house, but you guys can take that down to the beach and start building up the bonfire. Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's get this thing roaring.
Hey, if we feel bad about stealing boats, we could always gamble for it.
We weren't suggesting stealing a boat. I think we were talking about doing a trade of some sort.
Hey,
Oh yeah, I guess I do have 200 gold.
Cookie, shush.
all right. Before we end, I want to ask Giggles. Hey, man, do you know if anybody would be willing to sell us a boat? We're trying to get inland. Hopefully,
We're like talking about stealing a boat right in front of a pedestrian.
I don't think the fact that he's a pedestrian is a problem.
Yeah, it might be the stealing part.
Oh, I don't have mine anymore. Righteous Dan, do a perception check.
Oh, I'm gonna do this perception check. 15.
As he's saying this, he seems pretty broken up about it. But he quickly waves it off and he's like, there's a few other people with boats. They don't go out as much anymore.
Righteous Dan puts his arm on Giggles' shoulder and is like, "Hey, man, you want to talk about it? Everything okay?"
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's not the time for that. Let's focus on the party.
It's hard to lose things we care about. Let's have fun tonight.
He seems pretty jazzed about that statement.
I have moved forward to try to catch the log in the place where Righteous Dan just ignored it. To put his hand on Giggle's shoulder.
Do a check for that. Do a. No,
Bam!
Oh no! Oh, nice, 20.
Oh, you nabbed it. In fact, you just take it right from him, and now you're carrying it. And he doesn't.
Wait,
Righteous Dan
was it a perfect 20?
Yeah.
Well, she has to roll again.
I don't think there's anything
Yes, she does.
that can happen.
There's something that can happen.
Righteous Dan puts his hand on Theeva's shoulder and is like, "You're so reliable. Amazing."
Now I'm gonna steal it.
The log?
Yes.
All right, you're gonna have to do a sleight of hand, I guess.
Giant log is hysterical to me.
Yeah, Giggles all the while starts telling you a lot about how to make this bonfire. He's like, yeah, you gotta make it like a teepee, and the bigger you can make it, the better. This is gonna be a banging party, guys. I can't wait. I love the Dolphin Festival.
I got an 8.
You get this mischievous look on your face, and you go to snag it out of her hands, and Theeva pulls it away at the last second. She's like, does that thing with the two fingers in the eyes and two fingers
That's a terrible
towards
idea
you.
when I'm holding a log.
I
Dan
noticed that
hand-
was distracting Theeva, so I try to do the exact same thing and steal it.
I see the mischievous look in Nick's eyes, and I try and stop him.
Dan puts his
Oh, you're
hand
doing your
on
thing.
Steve's shoulder and says, "Better luck next time, dude."
I'm getting Nick. I'm
Cookie,
gonna get him.
Cookie, do a sleight of hand check, and Steve do a dexterity check, and Cookie do a dexterity check against.
I got a perfect 20.
Oh,
I'll do another one. I got a 17.
this
Okay,
is rough.
perfect 2017.
Why'd you do another one? I got a 19 on the dexterity, but an 8 on the sleight of hand.
So it could be an extra. Good.
So you're bumbling towards Theeva, you don't look sneaky at all, and then Steve just hip checks you out of the way, and you fly face forward onto the sand.
Oh no.
Dan starts running around, putting his hand on everyone's shoulder like a goose.
Juice?
This is happening. We're gonna bring the log down to the beach on the.
Loch was with you guys, but he's so embarrassed by you guys, he goes back to the hut.
Dan starts
Why
pacing
would
the block.
he be embarrassed by us?
Loch
We're like the
one
least
little
embarrassing
axe away
people in
from
the
your hand. Okay, are you guys making this bonfire?
Yeah.
No.
Do everyone that's pitching in with the bonfire do a collective survival check?
Wait, can I do a health check?
I'm going to try and freeze the wood. Wait, is there anyone nearby?
I did not hear you, Oren.
Is there anyone nearby?
I'll answer you after Oren because he asked this question first.
I wanted to do a health check. So
Is there anyone nearby?
you can lend your aid to another creature in completion of a task. When you take the help action, the creature gains advantage on the next ability check, rather than make a terrible survival check, which I
Describe to me how you are helping someone. And
just
maybe
doing whatever Theeva says.
Tim, what about
are you telling
me?
him to do?
I want me.
Well, we have one log, right?
You're shuttling back and forth
Okay.
logs.
I can like blow on the flames or like try and hold them together.
I'm gonna have you like help support as we stack because these are pretty big logs. So you're gonna use some of that strength and you're gonna help support as we place the logs into a TP form like was requested.
Okay, and Steve,
I'm
what
gonna
were you
use. Sorry.
So, is anyone nearby?
It's just you guys on the beach. Everyone else is, it's a stone's throw away, as I mentioned before, from the beach,
Okay.
but they're at Giggle's hut.
Okay, I'm gonna try and freeze them.
What, the logs?
Yes.
Jeez. Okay.
I'm gonna look at Steve and see again that he's been after his nap. He woke up in a mood and he's been just going at it and I'm just gonna be like, hey Steve, I see that.
If you are trying to see what Steve might be up to, do an insight check on that.
Actually,
Oh,
never mind.
Oh,
Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna instead do an illusion to make it look like I'm using my ice beam, and have an illusion of the logs being frozen afterwards.
Okay, you do the illusion now. The frogs. Oh my gosh, the logs.
frog.
Now I'm gonna be like, aha! No logs for you.
Whoa! Unexpected.
Aha! Unexpected.
I'm gonna look at Steve and be like, really?
Sorry.
Cookie, what are you doing?
I know a spell to make it undo,
That would
and
be
I'm gonna undo the illusion.
Oh my god! The magic! Dragonborn powers!
Hey, what are your magics? If you're really a dragonborn.
Shh, man, you gotta keep that on the down low. I'll show
I've
you.
already told like everyone.
No, man, don't do that. That makes me sad.
Cookie, what are you doing?
You said that the town is a stone's throw from here, so I have been this entire time just going back to town, finding stones, and then running back to the campfire and trying to throw stones from the campfire to the town.
Are you trying to hit like a specific hut?
Yes,
Which hut?
the one that's been destroyed by us.
Giggles' hut.
Yeah.
One that they're rebuilding actively right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you throughout this time. You've gotten the chance to throw 3 stones. Go ahead and roll 3 separate dexterity attack throws.
Were we supposed to roll survival?
And Theeva, roll survival with advantage. It sounds like you're the only one with help from.
No, I'm helping. I'm helping.
I
I'm
feel like I didn't hit it either time, but I got a 4, a 9, and a 13.
Yeah, you like the first one you throw goes like 20 feet. And it was like a lighter stone, and you're like, oh no, I need heavier stones. So you run to get a heavier one, and this one's too heavy. You try and throw it, and like your shoulder like pops weirdly, and it really hurts, and it like just falls onto the ground. And you go find another one. You use your other arm, and you realize you've never thrown something with that arm before. And it goes like half the distance and hits the sand.
Yeah, stone's throw. I don't know about that, guys. I got something fishy.
I'm gonna grab a stone. I'm gonna grab a stone and try and throw it. I got a perfect 20.
So while that's happening,
Actually, no. I'm gonna do it again and see. Oh, I got a 3.
Okay. I'll get to you in 1 second, Steve. Theeva rolled. What'd you get for survival? A 0. Theeva rolled 2 zeros in a row.
Oh, you have -1 to survival?
-2.
I don't know why I thought the druid would be rival. That was clearly a mistake. I forgot that you were a bad druid.
I know, it's really silly because and like again, like
You gotta describe what you told us to do. You gotta describe this.
So you, Steve, we'll do your thing really quick. Steve, you throw this stone, you just pick up one of the heavier one that just fell on the ground.
Go.
And you just launch it in the air, and what were you aiming at?
On the house.
no,
Giggles' hut?
you threw it.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm gonna aim for like a path in the town.
That's better.
Okay. The stone just like arcs through the air perfectly, and it lands with a thud on the path right in front of Giggles as he's bringing lumber back. And he's like, looks at his feet and he's like, whoa, and he looks up and he sees you. And he also sees your bonfire efforts and what that looks like. So you put one log down, and then you put the second log down, and you put the third log down. You're trying to make it into like 3 connecting like logs like at a point at the top, and it just keeps falling over.
Oh god.
Then you get a 4th log and you try and put it in the middle.
It's all falling apart.
And at this point it stays, and you guys like put your hands up in the air in like triumph. And then a wind comes and it just falls right over again. And then Theeva's like, we need to anchor these in the sand. So she starts directing Righteous Dan to dig. So Righteous Dan's like with his 2 hands just digging a hole, and Giggles like is just staring dumbfounded at you guys.
I'm gonna tell Cookie. Yep, it's definitely stones throw away.
Hey, you're right.
After I see it all knocked over, I'm gonna try and build one by myself.
Yeah, quick question to the group. Doesn't someone have the
I got a 9.
like make fire? It's like a cantrip.
I also have a lighter.
I can do that, but no. I can light things on fire, but we don't have a place for the fire to exist.
You see this little dwarf run up to
What did my
Giggles,
9 do?
and Giggles whispers in his ear, and he starts running towards you guys.
Ah! He's gonna attack us!
Cool. What's up with this guy?
Yeah, he gets you guys. And
He's gonna kill us!
he's like, "Hey guys, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm
Oh.
Giggles is my dad. My name's Snickers."
Hey, Snickers, nice to
What's
meet
your
you.
favorite candy?
I snicker.
I don't eat candy. I'm on a gluten-free diet.
What's your favorite gluten-free candy?
There's no such thing. Anyway,
What's your favorite candy if you weren't on a gluten-free diet?
But it does say Snickers. Like just
3 Mouseketeers.
3 Mouseketeers?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's the
Well,
Disney-
mine is Snickers.
that's not a candy. That's just my name. Anyway,
No, it is. It's a candy.
I heard that you guys were having trouble with the bonfire, so I'm gonna help
I
you.
haven't known.
I think
that would be absolutely bodacious.
we got Dan's digging a little spot to put the log.
Yeah,
now I'm going to
Besides
now I'm
the
going-
goal, so we're in a good position, but we could definitely use the help.
Now I'm going to freeze the side that I think that the boy can't see, and illusion freeze it.
Okay, he's like, wow, that's unexpected.
Wait,
thought he couldn't
he could see it?
Oh, I thought he said he could see it.
No,
No, the side that I thought he couldn't see.
Of course.
Yeah, he doesn't see it, so I guess he doesn't react. And he teaches you how to lattice the planks of wood together so that they don't just fall over in the wind.
I'm awesome.
I'm really impressed. How old is this child?
Did you ask him?
No,
Hello, what's your name?
his name's Snickers.
One
So
thing we know about. We know 2 things. He's Snickers, he's Giggles' kid.
right. So Snickers, how old are you?
Yeah, and Snickers, who's your father?
My dad's name is Giggle. I thought
Who's
you
that?
know him.
Who's that?
And what did
You don't know who he is?
We know who Giggle is.
Is he the person whose house someone destroyed?
Yeah, that happens every now and then.
Now
Anyway.
and then. I wonder who destroyed it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my god.
And what's that frozen spot on the
Party has amnesia.
what's that frozen spot on the wood? Is that important?
I would
don't-
like to know how much time has passed.
Yeah, this bonfire creation task you were given has taken you like 2 hours already.
And we left and we're like, wow, we played for 3 hours today and 2 things happened. This is exactly why. Because all we were supposed to do was build a bonfire and
I'm really excited for the
Really
recap
into
in
our
the
game.
next video.
Anyway, he tells you he's like 24 years old. He's like a 12-year-old human, but he's a dwarf.
I'm really impressed with your ability to build this fire. I mean, strategy is pretty on point.
Well, we do it a few times a year, and
I'm going
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to ask him if that ice spot on the logs is important.
I don't see an ice spot on the logs. It's somehow not in my view. I was
Come over
told.
here. Come over here. Look, come over here.
Well, I imagine that if there's an ice spot, it'll burn off when we light this on fire.
Okay, he goes
But
around.
wouldn't it get all the wood wet?
He says, that's pretty weird. But also, we end up burning wood in the winter, so I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm interested in. So this is for the Dolphin Festival. What's with the Dolphin Festival? Can you tell us about it?
No. Now I'm gonna say, okay, I'll melt it then. So I'm gonna pretend to melt it and have it just disappear.
Okay, he's very impressed. He's like, wow, are you a god?
Why does everyone think I'm a god?
He tells you a little bit about the Dolphin Festival. He's like, so yeah, when the dolphins show up, that means a lot of the bigger fish show up too. And we usually are able to get some big fish. Gareth used to, and now Blinky does, goes out and fishes, and that usually feeds us for a long time. Marks kind of like the end of the dry months in the sea, if you will.
Oh, that's awesome. How long do the bigger fish stay for?
Like a few months.
Dan comes up. Oh, I assume we finished the bonfire at this point?
Yeah, I want you, whoever was helping, roll survival with advantage.
Sure.
Oh dear.
I got a 16.
I got an 11.
Okay.
What's that?
Does anyone else help?
Well, no, I haven't been helping this whole time.
I will.
Steve, go ahead and roll survival with advantage.
I have been practicing my bagpipes, though.
Okay.
Oh, now we're gonna have to do survival with disadvantage.
I got a perfect 20 on my bagpipes, which ended up being a 25.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Cookie, you learn.
Wait, no, Cookie has to roll again
Why?
because he does.
Oh, you want to confirm it? Go ahead and confirm it if you want.
introduced this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you
I
just
got a
like
14 the
20
next
out of
time.
that.
Okay, so now you might learn like 12 notes.
Cookie, you learn enough notes that you know a whole scale now. It is up to you whether you want it to be a major scale, a minor scale, or like a blues scale.
Those are the 3 options: major, minor, or blues.
What other scales do you want?
Mermaid, dragon.
I got a 20, not a perfect 20, but a 20.
Okay.
I'll pick my scale.
When we're done with the bonfire task, I want to ask some stuff to Snickers.
Yeah, you finished the bonfire. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty big. Snickers is nodding, and he's like, yeah, this is going to be a good one, guys. Good job.
Thanks for helping us with that. This just looks awesome. I had a quick question for you. Something sort of like came up when I was talking to your dad a little while back. Did something happen with his boat?
Oh, he looks down at his feet.
Who's your
and he's like-
dad?
Aw. Oh my god.
He's like, I don't think I'm supposed to say.
Oh, okay. He
We
came up in casual conversation. He seemed upset. I was just wondering if there was anything we could do to help, but yeah, for sure.
You should ask my dad. I shouldn't say.
Is it danger? Okay. All right. Sounds good. I just, if there's anything dangerous, we'd love to help, or if we could
not die.
Yeah, you should talk to him.
Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah, he looks a little sadder.
Well, so I learned the Hungarian minor scale, which is a combined musical scale, the fourth mode of the double harmonic scale, which is the same as the harmonic minor scale, except that it is raised. It has a raised fourth scale degree.
I'm sure you'll find a lot of utility in that.
I look forward to you singing out your songs with your Galarian minor scale.
Galarian minor scale.
After 2 hours of practicing, I regret the notes that I learned.
Why? Why do you regret them?
Wait, by the way, one of the songs that is played in the Hungarian minor scale is the Pink Panther theme.
What is that?
So I'll be playing that a lot.
Great. That can be the theme song for our entire campaign, I'm sure.
No, it should just be your intro.
As you're playing this Pink Panther theme that you just unlocked, you see this dwarf in sunglasses, and he sees you playing, and he just runs.
That guy's gonna kill us! That guy's gonna kill us!
Up the hill, and comes back down, and he's holding a bagpipe.
Oh.
Oh my god.
And he runs over, and he's like, "Yo, dude, killer pipes, man!
How come he only has one bagpipe?
Yes.
Yo, we can totally play some duets tonight. You dig?"
Isn't he supposed to have multiple bagpipes?
Do you know the Pink Panther theme?
No.
Do you know any Hungarian rhapsodies or songs?
I know one, and he plays you this 12-minute
12 minutes! No!
Hungarian dirge.
Alright, I play along.
While this is happening, I'm gonna start tossing a stone up and down.
Just like up into the air and down to catch it?
Like as high up into the air, and I'm gonna try and catch it each and every time. What roll is that?
Roll a strength roll to see how high it goes, and roll a dexterity roll to see if you can catch it.
While that's happening,
I got a 12.
Stickers.
Actually, no, that's not the right strength. Okay, I got a 19 in strength and a 20 in dexterity.
Okay, yeah, you chuck this stone up, and it flies up into the air like a good 100 feet. It you can't it disappears from sight for a brief second, and then it comes back down, and you're able to snatch it out of the air. And Snickers looks up at you, literally because he's so short, and he's like, "Wow, you are a god. What's your name?"
Yeah, Steve. Yeah.
Steve.
He doesn't have a name. He is known so well that he doesn't.
What are you
require...
Are you saying that while you're playing bagpipes?
Yes. Well, no. While I'm listening for 12 minutes to this guy play.
Yeah, you guys are all yelling over this Hungarian dirge.
Also, Tim, I'm going to send you a video shortly of what it looks like when I'm playing the bagpipes.
Oh my word. Okay. Snickers is like, "All right, I'm gonna go play now."
Thanks for your help, Snickers.
He gives you a little salute.
I'm gonna try and collect some logs.
What are you gonna do with them? You're just gonna go grab some logs?
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring them back.
Okay, you bring back some logs. At this point, Giggles comes back down and is like, "Oh, good idea. Put them in a circle. We can use them to sit down on."
I'm gonna put them in a circle.
Nice, you put them in a circle.
Actually, I'm gonna put them in a square.
Oh my god.
Okay, you put them in a square, and he's like, "Wow, I guess the corners are going to be a little chillier than the middle, but that gives people options, I guess. That's pretty clever." And now the sun's setting, and Blinky waves over Giggles, and they go onto his boat, and they come back with this big marble.
That's good.
Is there if I walk over to the water, can I see are there any dolphins that I could see? Right.
Do a perception check
Yeah,
on
I'm
this
gonna walk down to the
ocean.
water and see if I see any dolphins, because I'm still very sure that these dolphins talk to me, even though no one believes me.
Oh, Storkador.
19.
Okay. You see, like, in the distance, what you think is a dorsal fin. Pop out of the ocean for a little bit and go back in. So it's starting to get a little bit darker. Giggles and Blinky bring this marlin to the beach. There's like a little stone table set up closer to where all the boats are docked, and they start filleting this marlin. It's pretty gross. And people start trickling down to the beach. You see Snickers and a few other little dwarves. You see the professor come down. He has all these, like, they look like little rockets.
Kill us!
He like winks at you guys. You see Pringles. She has a box herself, and you don't know what's in it yet. And you see a few other characters. You see this old dwarf. He has a cane, and
I'm gonna look at the dwarves' character sheet.
you notice Cookie. He has a peg leg, and he makes his way down to the beach slowly, and then sits down on one of the logs. You see another younger dwarf couple. They're holding hands and they're coming down the beach, smiling. And Giggles comes over to you guys and he's like, "Hey, you guys did all the work. You want to light this one up?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna light it up.
All right. What do you cast magic on it?
I'm gonna try and steal Cookie's firelighter.
Well,
What? Do you even know where it is?
No,
Neither
actually,
do
yeah, I do.
so you're gonna root through his bag without
Yes.
anything.
Yes.
Do a stealth check and then a sleight of hand check. And Cookie, do a perception check.
All right.
Oh, I got a 7 in stealth and an 8 in sleight of hand. You got a 12.
Aha.
So I obviously get it.
You're like sneaking over to Cookie, but you can't stop laughing about your plan. And as soon as you reach a hand into his bag, he notices and turns around. And
While this silliness is going on, I'm just going to use my produce flame to light it on fire.
No!
Okay. So you'd make this produce flame and you'd like chuck it into the middle of this bonfire. Okay. Yeah, it starts smoking. You might have to do one or two more just to really get it going. After a few minutes, it starts roaring to life. And the sun starts setting over the horizon and it starts to get a little bit darker. And the two dwarves bring over the marlin and start cooking it over against the bonfire. And that dwarf guy you had seen before starts playing a more upbeat tune on his bagpipes, and the kids are running around the bonfire playing tag. Giggles, after he gets this fish cooking, he's like, "Hey, we have this tradition where we do a little like dance off at the end of the night. Anyone want to learn the dance?"
Yeah, I want to learn
Yes, yes, please.
All
I
right.
already know it.
You do not know it. So you guys go. He like grabs Snickers and the other kids, and he's like, "Hey kids, these our new friends don't know the dance." They're like, they like drop their jaws, and they're like, they usher you over to the side, and they start teaching you this dance. It's kind of tricky. There's a lot of like jumps and spins and kicks. So I want all of you who are trying to learn the dance, do a little performance roll.
Okay.
Wow.
I got a perfect 20. I'll roll it again.
Okay.
I got 11.
What do you get?
What was
like-
that performance roll?
Yeah.
I got a 13.
I got a critical fail.
Wait,
That's
roll it
really, like,
again.
really messing you up with those kicks and jumps, huh?
And it's a confirmed critical fail.
You got, oh, jeez. Okay, this is what happens.
I forgot to put down my bagpipes when I started.
Between the bagpipes and the peg leg, it was just really hard for you to.
Dan and Theeva, you guys are like sort of getting it. It's kind of hard and tricky, and you keep like every time you try and do it, you mess up. Like there's like one of the steps you just You just don't remember.
Stumble through.
You fumble through it. The kids keep being like, "No, you're supposed to do this here." Steve, you don't even do it the first time. You just watch them all, and the first time you try it, you just nail it perfectly. And the kids are like, "Wow!" And Snickers is like, "Are you sure you're not a god?" And you like shrug your shoulders and you start teaching Theeva how to do it. And Theeva's getting frustrated that you know how to do it and she doesn't. Cookie.
That was like a subtle dig right there.
Cookie, the first few times you try this, you like can't do it at all. You're just like tripping all over your peg leg. And there's this
bagpipes.
There's this one move where you are supposed to do like a 360 jump into like a lunge, and as you do that, your bagpipes fly in one direction.
Oh no.
And it discombobulates you enough that you trip over your peg leg and you fall, and your hair catches on fire in the
No, I don't even have hair.
Theeva, save him! Theeva!
Did like a little bit of hair grow since Denathan? Or is this my chest hair?
I think it's your chest hair.
No!
When you said the bagpipes flew in one direction, for a second I was like, so now he can only play One Direction songs on the bagpipes?
I thought about destroying your bagpipes, but that didn't feel nice. So now your chest hair's on fire.
I use my druid crap to sprinkle him with water.
All right, Theeva runs over and douses you after you've like run around in circles.
I'm just running around, so she has to catch me.
Oh my god. I'm gonna chase after him yelling, "Stop running!"
This is like one of those the old cartoons where they're like running in and out of doors.
Both of you do dexterity checks. They're gonna contest each other.
Do I have to do a save or a check?
Check. You're running. We're seeing if she can catch you.
Oh, I've had a critical fail.
Oh, I got a 12.
Should I roll again to confirm it?
I guess so.
Oh, I didn't confirm it.
Okay, you did not confirm it. So you fall on your face, essentially. Except you don't fall on your face, you fall on your butt. So it's still just like a raging fire on your chest. She's able to reach you and she douses you, but your chest hair is gone. And you're a little singed and a little burned. It doesn't feel very good. And you're very embarrassed.
I'm just shaking my head.
Are you gonna get wooden chest hair to replace it?
I'm gonna use my grow hair spell.
That's not a thing you have.
That is so funny.
At this point, Pringles pops open her box of stuff, and in it there are like a bunch of cans. And she goes over to one of you guys. She goes over to the group of you, and she's like, "Hey, can someone open this for me? I'm a little hungry."
I'm gonna try and open it.
Okay, you take it and you open it, and there's a big popping noise. And
Wait, don't I need to do a check?
No, it's just you just open it. It's like you're opening a can. It's easy. There's a big popping sound, and it starts shooting fireworks up into the sky. Like, it's pretty fun.
Yay!
She's like, "Yeah, once these start popping, they don't stop."
Oh, that's bad.
I guess her voice is actually more like
more hair to burn down.
her voice is more like, "Yeah, once these start popping, they don't stop." That's her voice.
They don't stoppin'.
And then she goes, "Woo!" She opens a few more and she hands them out, and now there's like some like light show going on.
Dan goes over to the professor at some point and strikes up a conversation.
The professor's like, "Oh, good. Hold this, please," and he gives you a big rocket.
Okay, he holds the rocket.
Okay.
Hey, professor. I
thought this big match.
This seems a little dangerous.
Nah. He lights it on fire.
I'm gonna wait until the fuse gets short, and then I'm just gonna throw it towards the ocean.
I'm gonna try and freeze it. Like while it's in the air. Is there anyone? Is there anyone behind it?
I'm sure I am.
Okay, I'm gonna try and freeze it.
All right, so you throw this rocket towards the ocean as the fuse is almost exploded. And Steve, do a spellcasting roll. See if you're able to nail this. rocket.
I got a 14.
Yeah, I don't think that does it, Steve. You missed.
And do I freeze Cookie?
I don't think so. You're aiming at the air, like into the sky. I don't think you're gonna hit Cookie. He's short.
I try to jump to get hit by it.
Do a dexterity roll with disadvantage, or athletics roll with disadvantage. And yeah, the professor gives you another one. Another match.
Hey, Professor, just before we go on a whole rocket escapade here.
The rocket explodes and it's a big firework, and it goes all over. Like it just like kaleidoscopes over the ocean, and everyone oohs and ahs and claps.
Before we go, I had a couple of questions. Do you have a boat or know where we could acquire a boat by chance?
He pauses for a second and he grabs you by the chest hair and he's like, "The sea is scary and unpredictable."
I fully agree. So
You are unpredictable, old man.
Do you have like a powered wagon of some sort?
I don't leave this place.
Okay, but if we were looking to leave this place, do you have any transport or like science transports that could help us?
He thinks.
I see this is not going well, and I look around to see if there's anyone else who might be worth talking to.
He says, hold on. You can roll if you want perception. And he runs back up to his house.
Oh, unexpected.
Theeva, you look around and you
I got a
see
20.
sitting by himself is this old sailor-looking guy. He has a peg leg and he's he's puffing on a pipe, just like looking out at the ocean, just sitting there. The young dwarven couple are sitting by themselves. They look like they're in a pretty deep conversation, looking into each other's eyes lovingly.
That's where I want to go.
You see there's with Blinky now, there's another dwarf helping them with this Marlin. Yeah, those are the notable people you see. There are other people too. If you are unsatisfied with that, I'll make up more.
No, I'm gonna look at Dan and be like, good luck with the rest of this. I'm gonna try over here too. And I walk over to the old guy with the peg leg.
Okay.
And I say, hey, how's your festival night going so far?
I'm
It's
gonna
going pretty well. How's yours?
Yeah, that
Nick,
man
oh.
was Cooki. Steve, I'll do you in 1 second.
That's fine.
Righteous Dan, the professor comes back down. And he has a bunch of rope, and he's like, all right, I got it. Hey, bend over.
Regis, what? Why? What are you gonna? I'm worried.
I have an idea.
Your last idea ended with me destroying Giggle's house stomach first. So what's the idea?
I'll show you. Bend over, buddy.
No, you tell me the idea first.
I'm gonna yell. He's gonna steal your flubber.
How about this? I'll bend over, and you do what I say.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, he bends over. He hands you a bunch of rope, and he says, tie 3 of the rockets to my back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I appreciate the idea. It seems like it'd get me somewhere really quickly for about 15 seconds. But
Come on.
no, man, I think the town would be pretty upset.
I thought you were cool.
Nope, I'm not. Sorry about that. And I take the rope. I'm adding rope back to my inventory.
Just take the rope.
Yeah, I'm taking it. How much rope is it?
It's like 15 feet of.
All right, that's better than
pretty good.
0 feet, which is
It's
what I
not
got.
like climbing rope though. It's like rope you would use to like tie rockets to a person.
You know what? Leave the rope. This isn't even good rope.
I steal the rope.
Okay, the professor's like, yeah, I guess you can have the rope. Do you want to do the rocket thing, little guy? Probably work better for you.
Yeah, sure. That sounds like fun.
Oh, bend over.
Have fun. I bend over.
All right, he ties the rockets onto you.
I'm going to try and freeze one of the rockets.
Wait, please don't. If you mess it up, I'll just die.
Okay, I'm not.
We'll get back to you in a second. First, we'll do Theeva's conversation now. You sit down next to this old gnome, and you hear this old
Yeah, I guess he is a gnome, not a dwarf.
Oh, interesting. Well, I asked how his night was going.
And he's like,
Hello there, Dragonborn.
Yeah, my name's Theeva. What's your name?
My name's Gareth. The last Dragonborn I sees is 500 years ago for the War of the Flames.
Oh, wow.
What brings you here?
I'm gonna go over to where Theeva is, and I'm gonna say, "Who's the last Dragonborn that you've seen?"
Oh, another Dragonborn. What are you guys doing out here in this parts?
Can you please answer me?
You know,
Why not?
500 years ago, my best friend was a Dragonborn.
Oh, so your best friend's Theeva.
he takes another puff from his pipe. And he starts coughing a little bit. It's like,
Uh-oh. You might want to get that checked out. We're just passing through. We're on our way actually to Moran. But we were in a rowboat. Obviously we didn't get very far, and we stopped up in here with the help of Giggles, and we were hoping that maybe we'd be able to acquire a boat of some sort to continue our journey.
he laughs a little bit and leans back. He's like,
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, adventuring. I used to sail all over the place.
Where did you go?
I went everywhere.
And you sailed?
Yeah, I used to sail the seas.
That sounds amazing. We would love to sail the seas. We just don't have a boat. We need to get one. Do you know if there would be anyone here that would be willing to part with their boat? Or have an extra boat that we could buy off them or something?
I haven't been able to sail in years.
God damn it.
Um,
God damn it.
I'm going to point to Righteous Dan and say, "He's a Dragonborn too."
Righteous Dan turns around and he's like, "What? Shh! What'd you say?"
Now I knows Dragonborns. Kid ain't no Dragonborn, that's a dwarf.
Aha!
Now you know, yous better be careful around here. These parts aren't kind to Dragonborn no more.
Oh, after the War of Flames.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, what are you saying about Dragonborn?
These parts ain't too kind no more.
This guy seems like he's maybe a couple of wheels loose of a skateboard.
My best friend, his name was Silas.
Oh,
Kylus?
That's a nice name.
Kylus.
okay, that's very nice.
We spent several years together in Denathan. This was before it all went south. I never did see Silas again,
I'm so sorry to hear that. That
nor
must be
any
hard.
other Dragonborn. So you two,
Oh,
be careful.
We will definitely be careful. We really need to get ourselves to Moran, and so we were wondering or I'm wondering if you might know of anyone who'd have a boat that we might be able to take for the journey.
I got a boat.
You have a boat?
Yeah.
Is it a boat?
I haven't been able to sail it in years.
Well,
Well, can we have it? Can we have it? Can we have it? Can we have it?
It's my boat.
Well, you haven't sailed it in years, so can we have it? Can we have it? Can we have it?
I yell from my rockets, "What's the prize?"
the professor is like, all right, I'm gonna light him up now. You ready? He lights him up. He's like,
I don't got much I need anymore.
he looks around. He's like,
These people.
I could give you a grain of sand.
he looks around at all the sand around him. He's like,
No.
No, from a bag of sand, not from here.
What were you saying about the people?
These people, they're my people now. They're my family.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you wanted the people in exchange for the boat.
Maybe they need the boat.
But we're also people. Actually, no, we're Dragonborn. We're not people.
he leans back and he says,
My boat.
he opens up his eyes again. He's like,
It needs to be done something for good. It needs to do good.
Regis Dan goes up to the guy so closely so that he can like talk in a voice that can't be overheard by the general public and says, "What if your boat was used to bring the return of the Dragonborn back to this good country and restore the rightful place on the throne?"
Righteous Dan is lying. He's saying that what if his boat is used to bring all the Dragonborn righteous places from home?
I too hear that and I say, no, he's not lying. He's telling the truth.
What? Wait, who's telling the truth?
I'm
I
pretty
somehow hear from very far away while my rockets are very slowly being lit.
He's like, I'm pretty confused about what you're saying.
I'm saying we're trying to bring the Dragonborns back.
Just these two Dragonborns?
Dan takes his cloak and he like throws it over his head, and then he like sort of like peeks his head out, and he's also got a Dragonborn head, and he's like, 3 Dragonborns.
He like falls backwards off the log, and he slowly gets up. He's like, "You is a Dragonborn."
Don't tell nobody.
He looks
He's
around,
a Dragonborn!
and he's like, "What exactly is going on here?"
We're trying to restore the
I'm gonna lift-
Dragonborns to their rightful place on the throne.
I'm gonna lift his cloak.
When you lift his cloak, he's a dwarf again.
He coughs a little bit. He's like, It don't matter to me who's ruling who."
Well, I'm just trying to do a little good in the world.
I'm going to join this conversation and say, but wouldn't it be good to see the Dragonborn able to be out again, like your friend Silas?
He's like, "That was many centuries ago. No matter what happened to Silas, he's in the beyond now." Cookie, do a
not die check.
not die check. I think you're gonna want to do straight up.
Athletic or acrobatics?
Yeah, acrobatics.
So,
All right.
I feel like I'm gonna need to use a spell here.
Well, I got a 22.
Dang.
These rockets take off, and you are launched into the air. Which way were you pointed? Towards the ocean or towards the town? Or all along the beach?
Towards the people.
Okay. You shoot off towards the people. Theeva and Dan and Steve, do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
I
I got an 11.
Whoa!
I got a 13.
Okay.
I'm guessing that Dana got a 20.
Yeah, she got a 20. Theeva, you bound out of the way easy. And
Can I make sure that the old guy is safe too?
yeah, I was just gonna say you're gonna be able to pick one person to.
The old man.
Okay, you help the old man get out of the way. Steve and Dan,
Gary.
yeah, you both are knocked over by the force of Cookie, but he doesn't hit you directly.
By the way, I am breathing fire.
He's a Dragonborn too.
You're flying further and further up into the air, and you realize pretty quickly that it's gonna hurt when you fall. And do you cut yourself out of, like, release yourself from these rockets?
No, I just point them downwards back towards the earth.
That's
Okay.
even worse!
Now they're going down towards the earth, and then they explode. Cookie, you're gonna take some damage.
Why?
Because they exploded!
You take 16 damage.
That's almost exactly what I have. I'm down to 1. Like
you
always.
fall to the ground. You're like, whatever hair you did have left is all singed off.
Wait, he fell to the ground?
Yeah.
How much damage it came from falling to the ground?
Well, because he pointed himself towards the ground, it wasn't as big of a fall. So all of his hurt came from the explosion.
Also, this was into the sand. That probably helped me a little bit.
Yeah.
And into a seashell.
There's like hooting and hollering and clapping, but then people quickly realize like you might be really hurt, and giggle. Like a slew of people run over to you and help you up.
I'm going to run over to the professor
Uh-huh.
and glare at him.
The professor's just like maniacally laughing. He's like, "That was sweet!"
I too am maniacally laughing, and I raise my hand into a thumbs up because that's pretty much all I can pick up right now.
Ugh.
Ted had just gotten out of the hut at this point,
Oh yeah.
and he saw that happen, and he runs down to the beach,
I don't think we need to save Cookie.
picks you up, Cookie, and brings you to one of the logs and sits you down.
Wait,
And you, like,
doesn't he need to roll?
What do you
Ted?
say?
What if he gets a 1?
Ted can lift up Cookie like no problem. Cookie's only 33 pounds.
I think
Oh,
his
I'll-
backpack's heavier than I am. I think my backpack's heavier than I am.
My backpack is 4.1.
Guys who were talking to Gareth, do righteous stand. Do a persuasion roll.
Am I doing that still? No? Just write this down.
Just righteous stand.
All right. 23.
Nice!
Okay. Gareth closes his eyes again. He hums a little bit to himself, and he opens them again. He's like, "You know what? This old boy ain't using his ship no more anyways. Why don't I get you fitted up in it tomorrow morning?"
That would be mighty appreciated. And
Thank you so much, Gareth.
how much does a boat usually cost?
A boat like this one would probably cost, like if you were just trying to buy it or like contract it out.
Just trying to buy it.
You'd probably want to spend like close to like 400 gold on it.
Wow.
Wow, that's exactly what I have.
Cookie, how do you have 400 gold?
I pick myself up onto my legs and I saunter over and I take 400 gold out of my pack and I say, "Here's our offer."
Cookie! Cookie!
Oh
Nick,
yeah, we
Nick,
need to negotiate. I
Nick,
take
Nick,
1
Nick,
gold out of that
Nick,
pile and
Where
say,
did you get
Here's our offer.
the 400 gold? Where did you get it?
from the castle, remember?
You only got 200 and I got the other 200.
No, remember I was holding on to Dana's share.
Yeah.
Actually, I was
Yeah,
holding,
you
I thought I
never
was
did.
holding on to everybody's share, but I ended up giving you your share.
No, I took half of it from the vases.
So I have 200 instead of 400?
Probably.
All right. Well, I put up 200 gold.
Gareth like shakes his head and he's like, no. I got no needs for money no more. You can do 2 things for me. I might not be around here much longer, but if you could find out what happened to my best friend Silas, that'll mean worlds to me. And if you could help out someone else in this town, help out my family, yeah, that'll be the good. That'll be some good in the world. He gives you back the gold.
Gareth, if we find out what happened to Silas, how do we get in touch with you?
I think we need to find out what happened to Silas.
You come back here. I don't.
We can send a message with a messenger bird.
Right, that's what I was kind of thinking if there was a way to send a message, but
We'll figure it out.
We
get a
could
runner or
text
something.
him.
We could text him. I like that.
send him an email.
Yep. We should. Do we know who his family is?
He said everyone in the village here is his family now. Which
Oh.
makes me think we should check in on Giggles again.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go to Giggles. Be like,
Where should we meet you tomorrow, Gareth, to get set up with the boat? It's out here on the beach.
He points to the docks, the little harbor. Meet me there at sunrise.
thank you kindly, man. You are doing a great service. We will not disappoint you.
And he nods because I can no longer do his voice without my throat dying. And he
Hey,
leans
could
back.
you tell us a story?
He starts snoring.
We go to Giggles. Like, hey, man, if there was one thing that we could do to help out the village, what would that be?
The village.
Like as a whole, like you guys need a dragon slain, or you need like a new fountain, or
Slaying dragons? That means you're definitely
Y'all
not
been
a
really
dragon.
helpful and kind to us. We'd like to be able to repay that.
Well, if you found unlimited energy with the professor, that'd be pretty sweet.
It didn't go so well.
Would you like your house to be destroyed again?
Dan's like, okay, hold on for a second. He goes over to the professor and he's like, Professor, what? He's got his hand on his face. He's like rubbing his temples. He's like, what do we need to do to get unlimited energy?
Yes.
Oh God.
I've been thinking. It wasn't green slime I need. I need purple slime!
Exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. He would be like, "No, we need purple slime."
I am pretty sure that is exactly what
You're
you
not wrong, Isaiah.
said.
Where does one find purple slime, brah?
He shrugs his shoulders and he's like, nowhere near here. Probably on the other side of the world.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the other side of the world looking for purple slime, but you better not be wrong this time, okay?
There's no way I'm wrong. I did all the calculations.
You did the slime.
Other than the professor's slime, is there anything else we might be able to help out with?
Are you asking Giggles?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I mean, this town, like, the only thing we ever need is just, like, food in the winter, and it's spring now.
Yeah, I remember Snickers saying that that's why y'all celebrate the Dolphin Festival, because of the fish that it brings in with the coming around this time.
Yep.
He also
Wait, did you say you only need food in the winter?
they have plenty of food,
That's
otherwise
only
they
months
doesn't
that you
last
eat?
either.
There's plenty of food in the summer, in the spring, in the fall, and there's just a lot of fish in the water.
Ah.
And we try and save them up, but it always goes a little bit bad.
Guys, I mean, I'm ready to go hunt down purple slime in a boat.
No.
Well, it's like we don't have to go
No.
directly to the purple slime, but it's like we have a boat. We'll keep our eyes out for some purple slime.
I mean, I'm down to keep my eyes out for purple slime, but I'm telling you, I don't trust this. This is the solution for this.
We asked what they wanted. They wanted unlimited energy. We asked how to get it. The professor of purple slime seems like a straightforward fetch quest to me.
Oh boy, sure.
I feel my conscience is clear.
I also wanted to just check in with you, Giggles. The other thing that Snickers had said was that we should talk to you about your boat. We should just check in and make sure you're doing okay. He seemed upset when Righteous Dan over here asked to check in on you.
Oh, yeah. Do a charisma roll. That's not the right dice, Dana. That's the 12.
What?
What did she get? A 1?
15.
15. He looks around at you guys, and he's like, you're my friends now, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
A few years back, my daughter, her name's Guffaw. We had a little bit of a fight, and she told me she was gonna leave, and I didn't believe her. But the next day, my boat was gone, her hut was empty, and I haven't seen her since.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you know where she might have gone?
It's my fault. I shouldn't have been so hard on her.
Dan puts his hand on Giggle's shoulder and says, "Parenting is hard, my friend."
She was just kind of fed up with the island life, I guess. Or not the island life, this little beach town life. She told me she wanted to go somewhere where it's more exciting, where she'd meet more people. And the last thing she said to me was that she was going to go to Bell Island because the people there would accept her for who she was. I don't know if that's where she went.
Who is she?
My daughter.
Well, I know that, but why do the people here not accept her?
Oh, I understand the question.
I think it was us. I think it was me.
What are you groaning about?
Well,
Are you hurt?
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm laughing because it's like he's opening up. He's like, "My daughter, Guffaw, blah 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 blah," and you're like, you wait till the end of the speech, and you're like, "Right, who are we talking about?"
I'm gonna just say, Giggles, we're probably gonna be heading out of here tomorrow. We talked with Gareth, and he's gonna let us take his boat, but we'll be on the lookout for Guffaw. If we hear anything of her, we'll let you know.
Oh, you're going to take Gareth's old boat?
Yeah.
That thing's a piece of junk.
Excellent.
You guys know how to sail?
That would have been a great thing to have.
I guess none of us actually do know how to sail. We're gonna do some serious Moana work.
He
on
laughs
that.
and he's like, you guys seem well planned and everything.
Yes.
Guys, thanks for coming here. you've lifted my spirits just a little bit. It's time for the dance-off. The dude in the sunglasses, Giggles goes up to him and he nods his head and he starts playing this real upbeat song. And Giggles runs to his hut real quickly and comes back with this big drum that somehow didn't get destroyed in your conquest of this place. And he starts drumming on it and he's like, all right, everyone who's dancing, go ahead, do the dance. So which one of you guys are doing the dance?
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
Is Cookie doing it?
I'm doing the dance.
Steve,
I'm
do a
doing
performance check with advantage.
What advantage?
You got a 20 on your learning roll.
Oh.
Theeva and Righteous Dan, do a regular performance check. Cookie, do a performance check with disadvantage.
I got an 8. I got an 8. I got an 8.
An 8?
I got an 8.
Okay.
But I got an 8.
I hear you.
I got a 20.
With disadvantage?
Yes.
What? Okay.
Wow. I got a 20.
I'm very good at performance. I'm a
Was
bard.
it a perfect 20, Nick? Was it a perfect 20?
No.
Oh.
Righteous Dan, what'd you get?
25.
What? I thought I had that one in the bag.
Nah, son.
Okay,
My 22.
Steve, you were feeling pretty cocky, but you realized since you only tried it once that you forget the whole dance. You fumble around the whole time and you feel a little embarrassed. The rest of you just nail it. Cookie, everyone is surprised by you. Because A, you're like an angel from death. B, you have a peg leg. And C, they saw you practicing and you set your chest hair on fire. So they're just loving it. Like all the kids are dancing around you laughing and Giggles is like hooting and hollering as you're dancing. Righteous Dan, you're nailing this dance. You're a little more smooth than Cookie is just because you don't have a peg leg and you're not near death. But Theeva, you start adding like some extra flair. Maybe you like do a little dragon breath at some point just to like flare it up a little bit. Is there anything else you think you're trying to do?
I'm definitely adding some jazz hands.
All right, you add in some jazz hands like when you're doing your 360s.
Yep.
And people are loving it. Giggles is like, all right, who do we think won? And he goes like one by one. Everyone cheers less or more for each of you. Cookie, you get a big cheer. Righteous Dan, you get about an equally big cheer. And Theeva, you get the biggest cheer.
Wow.
I thought Dan had the highest.
Oh, did Dan have the highest one?
Yeah, I had 25.
I had
Oh,
22.
shoot.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I was
I
surprised the way
I
that
will mess
you did, but I
that
was
one.
going with it.
Man, this is a very unfair dance-off, I have to say.
Righteous Dan, tell me what you do in your dance that sets you apart.
Oh man, I mean, Righteous Dan brings
It's better than jazz hands, so.
Righteous Dan brings in props. That's his thing. He's got his cloak and he's doing some like crazy aerial silk stuff where he's whipping it around real good to make things more dramatic.
Like one of those like hula hoops.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's just it's like he's got. It's like when on the pose notes, it's like he somehow does something so that the cloak like pops up behind him to make like a canvas, and then when he like extends his arm, like he whips out the cloak too, and it makes like a crack right at all the right times.
Oh, nice. I think at some point it catches on fire. Maybe it was an accident, but you just go with it, and it looks super cool.
Oh.
And then, like, after the dance, you, like, drop it on the ground, and you're like, ow, 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 ow.
Worth it.
And I will retcon what I previously said. Righteous Dan gets the biggest cheer for his antics.
Woo!
Yes.
The kids crown you with this little, like, it's a crown made out of extra straw that they had from rebuilding Giggle's hut. And they look at each other and smile, and they pick you up because you're so small and start running around the bonfire with you.
I'm king of the beach.
I'm super jealous of the cheers that Dan receives, so I start breathing fire
Okay.
to the crowd.
You start the crowd.
Like, not only is it to impress people more, but I'm also frustrated that nobody understands how good I am of a performer.
Okay. You do a performance check. As you're doing this, another dwarf comes up with this big tube to the fire. And he's like, oh, cool, another fire breather.
All right, give me 1 second. I just gotta flip this bacon.
Ooh,
What, Nick? There isn't any bacon in Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, I got 24.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah. So you breathe in this fire, and it looks very cool. And this guy brings this tube over, and he breathes fire through the bonfire, and you see like a little like dolphin head briefly in the flames that he's blowing. He does another one, and it's a little dragon head. And he's like, "Little dude, try this one out." He gives you the tube, and he teaches you how to do that.
Whoa.
It's not as good as his, but you can make a little dolphin for like a half a second.
Wait, where was the dolphin? Where was the dolphin?
In the flames that he's blowing.
And where are they going? Into the bonfire?
Like into the air, like up into the air.
Okay, well, when the dolphin's there, I'm going to try and, freeze it.
Alright, it's only there for like half a second, so
Okay, well, what should I do?
I guess do a spellcasting roll. You're gonna have to get pretty high.
I got a 15.
Yeah, you shoot it off again, you miss. Cookie, do a perception roll.
All right. I got a 15.
Okay, yeah, with that, you notice that Steve's been trying to sabotage you.
I was trying to make it cooler.
Man, I don't know. It just looks like you're firing ice at us.
I'm firing ice at the dolphin!
I don't know about Steve. I think we gotta keep a careful eye on him from now on. Like before, you could anticipate him a little more. Nowadays, who knows?
Loch's been like sitting by himself most of this time. He's been smiling more and more at the like antics that everyone's been doing. And the kids go grab him and they start like playing with his ears and he's like, stop it. But then they start teaching him that dance and he's super awkward about it, but he ends up smiling. Ted talks to the dwarf couple that you guys ignored.
I wouldn't say ignored. I would say you said they were looking lovingly into one another's eyes, and none of us wanted to be in that.
When he comes back to you guys, he's like, guys, I just made some friends. I made more friends.
I'm so happy for you, Ted.
Thank you.
I've made a friend today.
And people start like leaving and they start heading home to go to sleep. And as soon as
I made a friend. People start leaving.
it's just you guys and Giggles. He sends to bed.
I giggle.
He's like, well, that was a fun party, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I hear you're heading out though.
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Figured as much. It was nice to meet you guys.
It was nice to meet you too. Thank you so
That was
much
very
for
nice.
the help.
I'm gonna start dancing. I'm gonna try and do that.
True pleasure.
I'm gonna try and do that dance that I perfected.
Yeah, roll performance to see if you
I got
remember.
a 15.
Yeah, you remember it. It's still a little bit of a struggle for you. You realize you should have practiced a little more, but you got it in your brain somewhere.
This was a true pleasure, my friend. Quick question. So you brought up a really good point earlier in the night. None of us actually know how to sail. You don't know anyone that knows how to sail, do you?
I know how to sail.
Oh, never mind then.
You do not know how to sail. You've never seen the ocean before.
Yes, I do. I've seen the ocean before.
You've made that canon a few times that none of you have seen the ocean before.
I've sailed. I'm gonna say that I've sailed.
You can say that, but you haven't.
Yes, I'm going to say that.
Steve says he knows how to sail. Giggles is like, he says he knows how to sail.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize. I kind of just met this dude, but I'm down for the I'm down for the ride. I don't know why I thought nobody knew how to sail.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know how to sail.
Glad you guys figured that out.
Yeah, me too. I was worried about that.
Guess you don't need my help.
Yeah, that would be a real bummer if we tried to get onto a boat to go a long journey and no one knew how to sail. Good thing we have Steve here who's going to be able to know how to sail.
Oh no, I've never sailed before. I might.
Oh,
I might.
you've never sailed before?
You don't know how to sail?
No, maybe I do. I might know how to sail.
Oh, no.
So you're
I just
unsure
not.
whether you know how to sail or not. That's what.
I've just never sailed.
I turn back to Giggles. Okay, so it sounds like maybe you don't know how to sail. Do you know how we could learn to sail? Is there anyone here who might know how to sail that would be interested in coming?
Well,
Wait. I have a little bag of sand. That can help us sail.
Oh, dear.
Can that help us sail? I've never sailed before.
I don't know if a bag of sand could do it. There's old Gareth. He used to sail everywhere. There's There's Blinky. He's our most prolific fisherman. There's Smiles. He's also one of our fishermen. There's me.
You want to come?
He thinks about it. He's like, I don't know. Where are you guys off to?
Well, we were going to go to the Magic City, and then we were going to go to Halvern. And I bet in the Magic City we could find somebody who could find your daughter.
I don't know if I want to leave here in case she comes back.
Well, Snickers could tell her where you went, right?
He's just gonna leave his kid.
Yeah, I also can't leave my kid. He'd come with me.
Okay, well, that'd be great, because then we could leave a note with the professor.
Yeah, I don't know. I
also am not
don't
quite
like
sure
that
of this
idea.
plan.
Oh, well, nothing ventured. I guess
maybe,
maybe we'll ask one of the other fishermen.
or maybe you could give us a quick run through. I saw it only took Moana like a day to figure out how to sail. So maybe tomorrow morning you might be able to help us out a little bit.
Could try. Let's chat more about it in the morning.
Check it out. Good night, dude.
Night. He starts dumping sand on the bonfire. Put it out.
Righteous Dan turns to Cookie. Hey, man, you got any of those little huts left?
After I wake up, I'll have 2 more. Does that help?
So, can I wake you up now?
I'm afraid not. I don't
Oh.
think that works.
Guess we're
Happens.
camping on the beach.
You guys are welcome to stay in my daughter's hut again.
Oh, that'd be cool. Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my hut's all back to normal again, so
We appreciate it.
You've been super gracious host, my friend.
my town's your town. Mikasa Sukasa.
Sweet.
I agree.
All right, I think we go to bed. And at sunrise, we got to get up and go meet old man Gregor.
Gareth?
Alright, how do you guys? So you guys go. You guys go to sleep. In this hut. What is that sound?
It's got to be bacon grease.
Oh, I was washing my hands.
You're washing your hands in bacon grease? That's crazy.
Yes, it
you-
burns off the germs.
You guys go to sleep. Do any of you have any dreams?
Sure, I'll have a dream. I dream that I am in a cave surrounded by multicolored slime. And the slime keeps getting bigger the longer I look at it. Like I just realize it's going up and up and up, and there's all these different colors. And then I look at the ground and I see there's a boat. And I run over the boat and I try and get in it, only to realize that the boat doesn't get any larger. And when I jump onto the boat, I crush it because it's actually just a toy boat. And then the slime starts closing in on me.
Oh, jeez.
And then you wake up?
Yep.
Oof.
Does anyone else dream?
I have a dream.
What's your dream?
I have a dream that I am walking along the beach and I see some dolphins. And then I run after them. So I'm like running along the beach, chasing after the dolphins.
Wait, you're saying a dream that happened in real life?
Yep. I'm chasing after the dolphins and I can't keep up. And slowly they just disappear over the horizon.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, it was
Does Steve have any dreams?
a stress dream.
Yeah, does Steve dream?
Are we doing a long rest?
Yep.
Okay, I dream of meeting Moran
Of finding the town of Moran.
and meeting my wizard person.
Yeah, you dream about Cluster and
And I say, hello! And then he doesn't hear me. At least it doesn't look like he hears me. So I do an illusion of, hello! And he hears me.
yeah.
Then he says hi back. And boom, boom.
That's your dream?
Yes.
Steve, as this is happening, you like look around the room, you turn back, and it's no longer Cluster. It's this elf with the scar above his right eye. One of his eyes is grayish, one of his eyes is
Brown.
and he grabs you by the arm and he pulls you outside. He brings you to this rock face, and on the rock face there's a symbol of an eye next to this tree with red leaves, and he says, "Remember." And then you wake up.
Oh, what about my dream? Can I have a dream too?
Yeah, tell me where you're dreaming.
I'm gonna yell, I need to remember!
Did I sleep through it?
You at least had your dream before he woke up.
Oh, okay. Well, in my dream, so you know how in Tarzan at the very beginning there's this big tree house?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in my dream, there's these random people who are in my dream. They're my friends, but I don't recognize them, and they live in a tree house just like the one in Tarzan. And except the only difference is it doesn't have any supports. So it's just sort of wobbling around. It looks like it's gonna fall over. And I say to my friends, you know, it
Hey Nick, are
seems
they
like this is
dwarves?
gonna fall over. You guys really shouldn't live here. And they say, no, it's fine. And then one of them just runs up and starts jumping up and down in it, and then it falls over. And
Oh
that's the end.
no. That's
What's
so-
the original dream that you just made up right now?
Yeah.
Nick,
Wow.
Nick,
Crazy to
are
wake
those
up.
are they gnomes?
I have no idea.
Tree gnomes?
I don't know. I don't recognize them. They're just like humanoids.
No faces?
I didn't see them. I don't know.
Crazy. I'm into it.
Yeah. So you guys wake up this next day. The sunlight's streaming in. Isaiah screaming. Steve screaming. You notice something smells a little weird, and you notice that you had forgotten about Steve Jr. for the last 24 hours, and he had pooped in the hallway.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
god.
no.
That's this guy's house. This guy's daughter's house.
Yeah, you better clean that up there, Steve.
No, I don't think so.
Nah.
Well-
Nah. He let us stay in his house. We can't just leave poop here.
You know what I just realized?
What?
I haven't pooped in like 5 weeks.
You realize this, and then you just poop for the next day.
We leave him behind because he's just pooping.
So yeah, it's like the sun's just peeking up over the horizon, over the woods, the wooded mountains to your east. What do you do?
Well, upon realizing that the pig has pooped, Righteous, and that Steve's not gonna clean it up, Righteous Dan is like, this is just really not cool, and he goes to clean
Yeah,
up.
Dan, this isn't cool.
Righteous Dan cleans up the poop.
I
Yeah,
lean down and say, I'll help. Meanwhile, I'm pooping the whole time that I'm helping.
Oh God. So yeah, it's like a poop hydra. As you remove one poop, 3 pop up in its place.
oh god, no.
and immediately I'm just like, Cookie, you gotta go outside. You gotta go outside right now.
That's like
You
there's
never
a bathroom. This place has a bathroom.
Or the bathroom. You
I
can't
didn't-
go to the living room.
I'm gonna start looking at everyone suspiciously, and I'm gonna be like, "My eyes are on you, dream boy."
I go outside and I attempt to poop out the whole day's worth of poop in just 5 minutes to see how high I can get launched into the sky.
All right. Seems pretty unlikely that you can actually do that, but if you were gonna try and do that, I guess you'd do a strength check because you're like using the sphincter muscles.
He got 11.
I got an 11.
It's like a big amount of poop. This is getting really gross, but a big amount of poop gets like halfway out and then stops.
Ew.
And it's just stuck there. And
No. Why is this happening?
It's taking a strange turn.
I'm gonna say, this is a really strange dream.
I'm gonna finish cleaning poop and I'm gonna leave this scene to go down to the dock.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish cleaning and head down to the dock with Theeva.
All right, so you guys head down to the dock, and Garrett's there with his cane, smoking his pipe. Who else came? Did Cookie come, or are you still working on your stuff?
I think I'm just going to have a bad day by myself.
So you guys get down to the dock, and Garrett's there, and he's like, "Oh, it took you guys a little longer than I expected."
Sorry, there were complications.
Well, here she is. And he
What-
points
what's
to
she-
the boat in the docks in the harbor that is clearly the worst for wear. There are like planks missing on the, I don't know boat terms. I should probably learn these terms. But like on the dock of the ship, there are just like planks missing that go on the deck. That's the word. That just seem to fall through into the inner part of the boat, whatever that is called, the below decks.
The poop deck.
He brings you over. He shows you how to lift the sail. It's this really old, creaky crank, and as the sail lifts, you note that there are several holes in the sail. He's like, that wasn't there before. And
Oh no.
he shows you the rudder, and he's like, you gotta just jam something in here, because the handle broke a few years back. It still works, though.
Does anyone have that spell of mending by chance?
I do, but I think it only. Let me see. I did recently get it. Yeah, it only repairs a single break or tear. So we would want to see the most important thing to be fixed.
Well, does it take a spell slot or is it a cantrip?
Oh yeah, it's a cantrip.
So
I could just go to work all day on this boat. That's
yeah,
true.
that might be worth it.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Anyway, continue. I'm following around, making notes of where I'm going to have to make this work later as Gareth is talking.
Yeah, and he says, like, just remember, send me a message if you find anything out, okay?
About Silas. Yeah.
Thank you so much for this generous donation.
Do you have any tips for as the sailor of this boat? Do you have any tips for sailing?
Well, she pulls right when you try and turn left, and when you try and turn right, it pulls left.
That sounds difficult. Okay, do you think you could give us a crash course in how to sail?
Oh, ain't no such thing as a crash course, young man.
Okay. Do you think you could give us a short course in how to sail?
You telling me you guys don't know how to sail?
No, I'm telling you I don't know how to sail.
Oh, but the others do? That's good.
I can't speak for them.
I am minding my own business, just bending away.
I yell, I can sail.
The stones throw a distance to your spot.
It seems like you got your captain there. He'll direct you.
Oh, great. I didn't even know he knew how to sail, so that's super cool. All right. Thanks, man. We're gonna try and fix this old sea dog up.
You look around. There are people walking through town now. Blinky and Smiles come onto the docks. They start unrigging their boats, and they're like, "Howdy!
Hey, Blinky, Smiles, right?
That's our names."
Hey, you guys. We're just gonna take this thing out. We're going down the river. Gareth generously gave us his boat. We're just wondering, do any of you have interest in going to the mythical city of Miragio?
They look at each other and they're like, "No!"
Oh, do I want to teach us how to sail?
They look at each other again. They're like, we could try.
Sounds good to me.
We can bring you out fishing. You can help us fish.
That sounds super dope. I'm really into it.
Righteous Dan, you're going to spend the day on their fishing boat?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else join Righteous Dan on this fishing boat?
I mean, I think I need to stay here to mend the boat. Sounds like Cookie is spending the day pooping.
Yeah, I moved to the poop deck of the boat.
Yeah, there's a hole in the poop deck. It doesn't look like it's supposed to be a toilet, but you decide that it is.
Yeah, I sit down there for the rest of the day.
I wonder if maybe Steve would be interested in learning to sail as well. Or maybe not. Maybe he's not at all interested.
Hey, Steve, want to come fishing?
Oh, by the way, the poop deck, turns out, is the highest deck of a ship.
Yeah, you're just dropping stuff into the...
Hello.
Oh, hello there, Steve. Steve, what are you up to?
Wait, so while Theeva is fixing the thing, there's just a bunch of poop falling down.
Yeah, you notice every once in a while you hear like a clunk. You're like, man, I gotta figure out what's going on with that. And one of the times when you do go investigate, you see like 3, logs of some solid nuggets, some solid nugs.
Nugs.
I look around to see if there's a bucket around anywhere because this is not something I'm about to deal with in the moment.
There is a bucket.
I'm gonna put a bucket in the area of all the poop nuggets.
Do a intelligence check.
This is awful. I cannot believe this is happening.
This was honestly not where I thought this was gonna go.
Not even a little bit. Yikes. Okay, intelligence.
You got a 9. So you don't judge correctly, and the next one that falls right next to the bucket.
Oh.
Can I learn from that mistake and scoot it over?
Yeah, you scoot it over.
I see that I missed the bucket, and so I scoot over as well.
Steve, what are you up to?
I'm trying to learn to sail.
Sweet sailing party.
All right, so you guys, man, this is going to be hilarious because I don't know anything about sailing. You guys joined this fishing crew for the day, and yeah, unless Cookie and Theeva have, I'll give you some stuff that happens to you guys. I'll think of something, but let's focus on you two for a second because you're going out into the sea. And they start yelling instructions at you. They yell at you to hoist the sail. Both of you do a strength check.
I got an 8.
Steve, what'd you get?
16.
So, Righteous Dan, you're struggling a little bit, but Steve joins in and helps you, and you guys hoist the sail pretty easily. The wind catches the boat. Both of you do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. 16.
I got a perfect 20.
Nice.
Yep.
And then I got a 16.
Yeah, you both keep your footing. You stumble around a little bit, Righteous Dan, but you're able to stay standing. Steve, you don't even move. You're just like almost bolted to the floor of the ship, and they both look at you approvingly, and they're like, "Wow, you already got your sea legs, huh?
My what?
Your sea legs."
What
And
is
then they say, "When do you go man the rudder?"
Steve, you want to do it?
No, I'm so much better than you. You do it. What's the rudder?
The rudder's the steering wheel of the ship.
It is?
Yeah.
The steering mechanism.
Oh.
How about that?
You sure?
So you go grab the steering wheel, and he's like, "The other one of you, go climb the mast.
All right, I'll do that.
Be our lookout."
I climb the mast.
And they're like, "Tell us if you see any dolphins. That means there's fish." Yeah.
All right, I'll make a perception check.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah.
What is a dirty 20?
It's not a natural 20, but with my modifiers, it adds up to 20.
Well, modifiers aren't dirty. Modifiers are clean. Modifiers make stuff clean.
So you see some some dorsal fins popping up to your I want to say 10 o'clock.
Oh,
10
yeah.
o'clock.
Look over there, y'all. There seem to be some porpoises.
They see you pointing, and they're like, "Yeah, turn to port! Turn to port!" What do you do, Isaiah?
I turn right.
You turn right, and they're like, "No!"
I turn the other way.
So this boat goes right, then left, and you learned what port means. Like I did a second ago. Looked it up. You start heading towards these porpoises. You start
I
yelling.
love that we're doing an entire sailing lesson right now with just a bunch of people that don't know anything about sailboats.
Righteous Dan, you're yelling out every now and then, turn right or left, and the guys keep being like, "No, it's port and starboard."
Left, other left, star left.
What is star left?
As you get closer, they're like, "All right, come on down. Bring down the sail. Throw down the anchor." Who does what?
I'm going to try and bring down the sail.
I'm gonna scramble down and I'll run around looking for the anchor. Is it here? Is it here?
Do a little investigation.
I'm going to pull the rope. Are there ropes for the sail?
I got a 19.
Okay. Yeah, there's a little crank, Isaiah.
Okay, I'm going to try and crank it.
Okay, do a strength check. Right
Oh,
there.
no.
After a little bit of running around, you find.
I got a perfect 20.
You find the anchor. It's another crank, and it's like this big bunch of chains tied. But it looks like it's fastened somehow with a rope, a knotted rope.
Okay. What do I have to do I make a sleight of hand to undo it or?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
What'd you get, Steve?
Perfect 20.
Oh yeah, it's easy. You
I might not do it. I might not do it.
It's easy for you. They're kind of like, "Wow, you know your way around the sail." Righteous Dan, what'd you get with your sleight of hand?
I got a 25.
Shoot, yeah, you're able to unloosen this knot pretty easily.
I know not.
And now there's a crank.
Oh, I turn that crank like a pro.
Do a strength check.
Oh, I do not turn that crank at all like a pro. I got a 9.
It's really hard, and you're struggling and groaning.
Steve, dude, can you flex a little muscle here? I'm kind of weak.
Okay, I'll try.
Oh.
I got an 8.
Nice, but actually this is going to help Oren roll with advantage. So Oren,
Love
go
it.
ahead and roll one more strength roll.
All
With
right.
Steve helping you.
Okay, I got a 12.
Okay. It takes you a while to unload this anchor, and you finally do. They come back to you guys, and they're like, that took a little bit longer than I hoped.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I am a noodle.
Yeah, we're kind of past where we wanted to be.
Righteous Dan jumps off the boat and starts swimming back towards the fish.
They're like, what are you doing?
Well, you said I had to be over there.
Oh, we have to get back in the boat. They
Okay.
throw down a little buoy.
All right, I jump on the buoy.
Yeah, they pull you up, and they're like, first rule, never jump off the boat. Duh.
That seems like a really important rule.
I didn't think we had to tell you.
Well, I kind of wish you told me before I jumped off the boat.
All right, let's go to Cookie.
Speaking of unloading anchors.
Cookie, you feel empty.
Yeah,
You've
I did it.
You did it. So now you're on this poop deck, sitting, looking out. You see like a dot in the distance. That's the fishing boat at this point. You hear Theeva running around below decks, like kind of mumbling, muttering to herself. You think probably angrily at yourself. And what do?
I feel like I'm probably pretty tired at this point. So I try and take a short rest.
Well, you just like lay down on the deck.
Yes.
Okay, you lay
I
down on the
feel
deck.
nervous for his sunburn.
And you fall asleep. And Theeva, you're running around fixing like different, planks that are broken, etc.
Sure.
You find a box, and in this box is just like random stuff. There's some trinkets. Looks like some of them are marked with different places some of them that you recognize from Cookie's map.
Oh, cool.
Like you see Obsidia, you see different ports from Bell Island, you see Keller's Point, you even see Halvern on there, you see Ranastata, and you see some that you don't recognize at all. And you find a letter.
Can I read the letter?
It's folded up.
I will unfold it.
You unfold it. It's written in scrawled common. It's pretty short. It just says, hey, sorry I couldn't say bye this morning. I hope you have a safe journey. I hope you understand that I gotta stay here. I hope to see you again soon, though. And it says,
Silas?
signed, Silas.
Aww.
That is sad. I carefully fold it back up and put it into the box.
It says, I hope you understand I gotta stay here, signed Silas. So Silas didn't leave. The other guy left?
Yeah.
Which makes me think that because of the war, he had to stay somewhere to stay safe is my guess. But
We should ask Gareth where he left Silas.
we should ask him that. I fold it back up and I put it back in the box for now, though. Do we know where Gareth lives on the island?
You don't, but there's not many huts. You also see in this little box a like wooden carved dragon.
Yo.
Interesting. Can I check out the dragon?
Yeah. It's looking up into the sky, its wings are spread, and its tail is curled into like a hook. Looks like you could like hang it up.
Okay.
If you wanted to.
Cool.
It's unpainted. It's just a wooden carving, and it looks very old. It's like as you touch it, you feel it's like damp, and a few parts of it feel like they'd scrape away if you like picked at it with your finger. It feels pretty delicate.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put it back into the box as well, and I'm also gonna do just a quick check around the area that I found this box to see if there's anything else.
Okay. Oh, you got a perfect 20.
Wow.
Roll to confirm.
I rolled this again.
Yeah.
15.
you find another box.
Oh.
Inside the box.
A box that
Yeah.
might not have existed otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. You find another box and you open it. And this box was kind of hidden. It was like you noticed it while you were fixing one of these planks. You before you mended it, you looked inside just out of curiosity, and you saw something was in there. You pulled open the plank. You pulled out this box. There's another note, and it's the same handwriting you saw before.
So I'm assuming it's also from Silas.
Yeah, it doesn't say it's from Silas, but it just says, "I hope this finds you well. Meet me in Denethon as soon as you can."
Ooh, interesting.
I have something important to tell you. You also, Theeva, you find another dragon totem, but this one is very nice. It's made of steel and it's bejeweled along its back in different colors, like scales, and it has one red jewel in one eye and one blue jewel in the other eye.
Oh, just like the dragon from before.
Yeah. Cool.
God, maybe a connection.
Let's go back to the boat.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did the bucket overflow?
It did not, because most of the poop landed outside the bucket. Which is in essence the same end result, right?
Yeah.
Good point.
All right, you guys he's like, they've been doing some fishing for the day. Let me see if they get anything good. Yeah, they catch some fish. They catch two. They look like decent sized fish. They're a little smaller than the marlins were. I don't know fish either. I'm making all this stuff up.
What's that?
I don't know, bluegills.
Are you making this stuff up from the fish that we've got?
Animal Crossing.
All of a sudden you get to know the rod.
Do I see an Arapamaya in the one?
No. They pull up their fish and they're like, "It's actually turned out to be a good haul. Let's turn this boy around." And there's a few waves all of a sudden that seem to rock the boat a little bit more. You guys hoist the sail, you go back into your positions, and you notice, Righteous Dan, that there's a series of big waves coming towards you guys.
Hey y'all, these look, are waves supposed to be this big? I know how to surf that, but how do we do that on a boat?
Yeah, they're like, "Oh no, quick, there's probably a wake. Turn into the wake. Go right for the wake." I'm sure that's how it works.
Wait, what did they say?
Turn to starboard!
Okay, I'm gonna turn right.
Okay, you turn right, and just as you do this, the waves catch the front of the ship, and you're a little bit diagonal to it, and you feel the boat rock pretty sharply towards the left and then to the right again, but you guys are fine. And then the wakes are over. And
Nice going, Steve.
You're able to turn the ship around and you head back to shore. They give you yell out a bunch of.
Just call me Steve.
Is that
Right.
nice name?
What's your name?
Okay.
You guys, they yell out a bunch of more directions at you, and you're able to, ease this boat into the harbor. And they're like, "Yeah, that was sailing 101, but if you're trying to go anywhere other than right here, it might be a little harder."
Well, guess we'll just have to take our chances. We really appreciate the tutorial. I think that really helped us a lot.
You guys see walking around in different places around the city. Giggles, that couple from last night, and Gareth.
Cool. I guess should we ask them if they know anything about sailing?
It's up to you guys. You don't have to do anything.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go talk to the townsfolk and see if they have any sailing tips.
Okay. Which one do you go to?
I'll go to the lovers since I haven't been there before.
Okay. You go to talk to them. They're like, "Hi, we've been seeing you guys around."
Hey, yeah, we're just blowing. We blew into town a little while ago, and we're just about to blow out of town. We're taking old man Gareth's ship. He gave it to us so that we can help him chase down a couple errands. But we're all kind of sailing newbies, so we're just trying to figure out how to sail so that we can take this puppy out.
The woman dwarf looks at the male dwarf. He shrugs his shoulders and he's like, "Well, where are you guys going?"
We're headed inland towards up the river towards the lake to the mythical city of Miragio.
They look at each other and they're like, "Do you mean Mithril?"
Yeah, is that not what I said?
They're like, "We just got married and we kind of want to go somewhere different."
Oh, do you guys want to come with us?
Is that crazy? They like look at each other and they're like, "We were talking to your friend last night. He was telling us about all your adventures." Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're kind of like a band of travelers, you know. We got a whole crew of people, and we'd love. I mean, if you guys know how to sail, you should totally come. It's like fate or something, right? You know, when life hands you lemons, you gotta turn that into delicious drink.
The woman dwarf was talking, and now the man dwarf speaks it up, and he's like, "I can sail, and I will.
Then
if you pay me."
Well, I have 10 gold and a tiny mechanical bird. Well, how far away from me?
I'm thinking like probably 100 gold will do it. She like elbows him, and he's like, "All right, fine, like 75. I don't know. We got to make money, dear."
Okay, here's the thing.
I don't think I think we know how to sail.
I don't have money. I have 10 gold and a small mechanical bird, but I'm willing to hand that over to you as a deposit right now, and then we can try and convince the rest of our friends to hire you. I mean, I'd really love to have you guys aboard. I
have 205 gold.
Oh, wow, that's a bargaining tactic. It's just to flaunt your wealth.
Are you with Righteous Man right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I would love to hire them if you can afford it, Steve. I think they would really help us become master sailors.
Well, I don't want to.
But didn't you have so much fun today? I had such a blast with the star left and the port right.
Jeez, I think you might need it, but not me.
I definitely need it. That's what's happening here. Is that I really need help. Did you see me try and hoist that sail? It was like I tried, and then I tried to get you to help it, and then I was just pretty desperate there.
Okay, so you gave them 10 gold and a mechanical bird, and told them that you had a bunch of gold that you don't want to give them.
No. Well, sort of. I mean, I'm down to give them 10 gold right now. Do they want the mechanical bird? Because otherwise, I'm going to keep that.
They don't seem that into the mechanical bird.
The mechanical bird stays with me. I'm down to give them 10 gold, but I think I need a backer. So if Steve's not in on it, I'm gonna have to find one of the other crew members and see if I can convince them.
You should find Theeva.
I should probably find Theeva. How about we head down to the docks and we sync up with the rest of our crew and see if any of them are willing to pitch in on hiring you?
They're fine with that. They go with you.
All right. We head over to the ship and we're like, "Hey guys, I found us a potential captain if we can pay him."
You're like that. We have to pay him 100,000 gold.
No, I think he said 75 gold.
Yeah, I said 75.
I'm hoping for Theeva or Ted or Cooki.
How about just Theeva?
Ted waves to the couple and is like, "Hey, my new friends."
Hey, you want them to come with us, man?
It only costs 100
No
gold.
problem.
Oh, did you guys do it?
I think
Theeva.
Dan and Steve want to ask you to pay them.
What?
Sorry, okay. Hey, Theeva. I found a potential captain. We need to pay them.
100 gold pieces.
75. We're expert bargainers.
Well, yeah, when we
Yes.
split that amongst all of us, that's really not that much per person.
I have 10 gold, and
Okay.
and that's what I've got. That's everything I have.
I have 20 gold. That's everything I've got. I'm pretty sure.
Honestly,
Cookie has-
I
have
usually use
gold.
my gold as weapons, and I want to keep as much of it as possible.
Me
What
too.
What if I gave you like a bow?
No.
No, I'm saying that to Cooki.
Oh.
I'll trade you.
Oh, you have a bow?
Yeah, you want a bow? I'll trade you bow for some gold.
Yeah, you better be careful.
On the rest of this trip, I'll give you a. Thought I had a bow, but I don't. I have I have thieves' tools. I have thieves' tools.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? If I could borrow the thieves' tools every once in a while, I'll put in a substantial share.
I
Like,
can do you
No!
25.
I can teach you how to pick locks.
Yeah, that'll be great. I'll put in 25 gold.
Awesome. So now we're at 55 gold. Ted, you got anything?
I think. Did you give Ted money? No, you didn't because it was covered in vomit.
Yeah, that's
Ted
right.
doesn't have any money.
Locke, you got anything?
Loch like massages his shoulder and he's like, I didn't think about that. I didn't bring any.
All right.
Thank you, Loch.
And I'm gonna go. Apparently, our best offer is 55 gold. But here's the thing: if we get to the other place and we earn money, I'll give you 20 gold. You know what? I'll give you 30 gold.
Do a persuasion roll.
I got a 12.
He's like, all right, 55 now, 30 later. He sticks out his hand.
It's a deal, brah. Thank you. Welcome aboard. What are your names?
They start like whispering silently to each other, like, can't believe we're gonna be adventurers.
Oh, you guys are gonna be the best adventurers. What do we call you?
My name is.
There it is. The magic moment.
My name is Rainbow, and this is my new partner for life, Spicy Chili Peppers.
Oh, we'd get along well. My name is Withered Surprised Cookie.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, you can just call me Spicy.
And spicy chili peppers.
Yeah, you can call me Spicy.
All right, Spicy and Rainbow.
Yeah, you can call me Rain if you want. I go by Rain.
What up, Rain and Spice? We're glad to have you aboard. Oh my God, we've got a captain and we've got a ship. This is so awesome.